Hello and welcome back to TED Talks Truth and Reality. President Obama promised hope and change, delivered hate and fear. Sad to say, hate and fear has become the silent force behind the current affairs of this once great United States of America. I don't care how the liberal media spins their view of truth or describes their vision of reality, or how liberal progressive zombies selfishly explain, define, and interpret the manifestation of this hate and fear. Resulting political tyranny has become the way of doing business for our self-centered, closed-minded, special interest groups and government. The evil way of doing the wrong thing is reigning terror throughout our society. Progressive believers blame all others who have differing views instead of facing actual facts that all woes and failures are the direct result of their faulty belief system. Their unconscious progressive view of the world has been built upon disproven, failed ideals and philosophies. History has clearly demonstrated the failure and collapse of governments ruled by socialism, communism, fascism, radicalism, or like ours, materialism, all products of selfism. Why now try progressive views or progressivism? Just another hybrid version of this disease I call selfism. Selfism is the root of all evil. Throughout my truth talks, I have attempted to point out the hidden pitfalls encountered by each of us and by every institution that is likewise consumed with selfish thoughts and deeds. Wrong thinking and wrong doing can easily justify any way and any means to achieve a self-desired end result. When the entire administration is built on a foundation of lies, deceptions, both evil tools of selfism, all those who blindly follow this philosophy in lockstep will believe it is necessary to deceive the people, justifying their maneuvering and manipulation simply by saying that they know their ways and means is better or best for the people. This blind addiction to unconscious selfism is wrong, not a better word in the dictionary for it. And the main focus of all my previous talks has centered around selfism and the effects it has had on history and our society in general. Just step back for a moment and honestly look at what is happening in all those cities, states, and organizations under the guiding influence of progressive selfism. Despair, death, turmoil, disintegration of the family, morals, and ethics. Lies and deceptions dominate that way of life. Gloom and doom is their future. Pain and suffering their past. 41 years ago, when I began my endeavor to seek personal self-enlightenment on what makes me and the universe tick and what led me to making bad decisions when I was educated and thought I was a good person at heart, little did I imagine then that I would end up here at this moment in time, asking you to feel and believe that there is an answer to all these current problems in your life and in the country in particular. And I want you to really stop and think, and you heard this said many times, the solution is inside you, but you must honestly and constantly seek its truth. I try to explain that in my talks and in my book. I have one more talk after this one. It will mark 1 year of me asking you to begin your search for self-truth. My true story builds my personal account and my personal perspective of how and why I discovered how hope, faith, and love work in a person's life and in society in particular. I have mentioned some of my trials and tribulations in previous discussions, but the big ones now are my prostate cancer recurred in May, and the bank foreclosed on my house and business last week, and my wife and I are in our 70s, facing these new pitfalls and obstacles. I have cause to be bitter and angry with the Obama reign, since I can clearly draw a definite parallel or pattern for my financial difficulties within the timeline President Obama has been in office. But my self-discovered philosophy of life, and the title of my book, is Slow Down in Love. And I must take some personal time to allow hope, faith, and love to do their magic in restoring and curing my current problems. I know my wife and I are going to face some difficult obstacles in the near future, but I also know nothing in life is ever what you imagine and fear it to be. I truly believe if you try your best to do the right thing, all will end well in the long run. I know I've done the right thing, and I have hope, faith, and belief that all will end well for my wife and I in the long run. In my last episode, I will explain why and how I feel I am doing the right thing. So, until we meet again, Godspeed.